Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I am going to be doing my annual Freshers Q&A. I've decided to do these every year and I'm really quite scared that this is going to be my last one. Hopefully I'll make some more Freshers content because I know that's what you guys love. I know that's how a lot of people find my channel because they sort of confide in someone that's already been to university and been through the experience to make them feel a lot less stressed, because that is definitely what I did. If you are one of those people, don't feel worried if you're on YouTube like frantically searching like, what do I take to Freshers? How is Freshers? How much money do I need? Because I'm going to try and answer all of that in this video. I've popped on a question thing on my Instagram so I can get on with answering your guys' questions. I know it is a very, very stressful period. I've been through it all myself. So I'm going to give you my best advice coming from me. I'm a third year student now. I go to the University of Lincoln and I study forensic science. So here you go. Sorry if the lighting's a bit dodgy. It is 8 o'clock, but I just thought I'd film this and get it up straight away so you guys can stop worrying, because I've had quite a few messages over the past few weeks. It always happens around August, September time. Like I get floods of messages worrying about Freshers. So I completely get where you're coming from. So hopefully I can sort it all out in this video for you. Oh, I'll leave any videos down below that I've done before to do with Freshers, because I've got like a Freshers uni packing list. I've got one about long distance relationships because I get asked a lot about that. I'll leave everything down below that you might want to go and watch after this video if I don't cover it in enough detail for you, because I've got a lot of uni content. So yeah, if you've just found my channel now, subscribe because you will see a lot of uni stuff here. Right, let's have a look at questions. So, is it awkward meeting everybody on the first day you move into halls? So I think this was probably one of my biggest worries. I wasn't very confident in myself when I started uni, and it definitely showed. Like I was so shy. Like you can even see from my videos when I first moved to uni how different I am now. Like I'm such a more confident, independent person, and I was so reliant on other people for happiness back then that I was terrified of like moving in on my own, like with knowing no one. It was quite scary. So yeah, I definitely say I was probably awkward, but I tried my best to go into other people's rooms, say hello, but it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like everyone was literally in the same boat. So everyone who did come out of their rooms, I had a couple of roommates that didn't come out and socialise at all for the entire year, but 4 of us did make an effort on the first day and the first few weeks to like mingle, go out together, socialise, do drinking games, go out together and stuff. So yeah, it might be a little bit awkward, but I feel like it's bound to be because you're with new people. But for me, I actually had a Facebook chat with the people in my halls, like my little flat. We found each other before we'd even gone to uni, so we sort of got each other's personalities from then and got to see like what each other were about a little bit before, so that might have helped with it being less awkward. But I just remember we sort of like just got chatting, told each other about ourselves, and then from then we sort of like hit it off, and then obviously we parted ways throughout the year when we realised we weren't as similar as we thought, but we still enjoyed Freshers nonetheless. It might be awkward, but it'll be absolutely fine, and you'll probably laugh about it in a few months time. Sorry for the lighting, I'm really sorry, but it's fine. This could be a little podcast if you don't want to look at this awful lighting. So I'm starting university in September, but I struggle with real bad anxiety. Have you got any tips? So for me, my anxiety was at its peak when I first started uni, so I was in a really bad place, anxiety wise and like mental health wise. For me, I found that going to the doctors and confiding in them actually worked, even if you do have to go a few times before they actually listen to you. And also maybe sign up to the Student Wellbeing Centre. Most universities have this sort of resource where you can go in and speak to someone like a counsellor for free, or just speaking to someone one-on-one if you're having a really bad day. Do those in your first week and you'll feel a lot better knowing that there are people around there to support you. I also confided in my housemate, like pretty much straight away. Me and Hattie got on because we spoke about our mental health really openly with each other. So if you feel like you could do that with someone, then that's also a really good way, because that instantly calmed my anxiety, because I knew someone else was feeling the same way and I felt like I could tell them that, like whenever I did feel like that. So yeah, that's my #1 tips for anxiety. I also joined a mental health society as well, so that's also fab, because you can meet a lot of like-minded people and do lots of activities that are good for de-stressing and calming your nerves. Making friends is one of the biggest topics that I always get approached about every year. So everyone's worried about making friends. There are so many ways. I say this all the time. There are so many ways to make friends. That should be your least worry. Like that's at the bottom of your list. Worry about like being independent and doing all your like washing, cooking and everything. That could be top. literally making friends is the easiest thing at uni because you've got all your housemates, you've got all the people that are in your accommodation, not just in your flat, but in your accommodation. You all mingle, especially during freshers. It's so easy to make friends. So that is not a worry at all. You've got all of those people, all of those in your accommodation, all the people on your course, and societies, and just nights out in general, little forums online and stuff. Like, you will find so many people who are similar to you, so please don't worry about that. Everyone's super chatty and friendly, and even if you're one of the more like shy, anxious ones, then when you talk to them, then other people might approach you, and then it might make you a little bit more, enable you more to come out of your comfort zone. So yeah, please don't worry about that. How to deal with homesickness is another interesting one. I can't give the best advice because for me, I wasn't homesick. I was ready to move out and ready to like start fresh and be independent. Not that I literally love being at home, like I love my family so much, but I felt like I was in that time period, like I had the worst time at sixth form from bullies, so I wanted to start afresh somewhere else where no one knew anything about me, no one had heard rumours, like fake rumours about me, and it was like going to be a nice fresh start. So for me, homesickness wasn't an issue, but it was for some of my friends. Dealing with it, I'd say please do not go home regularly, because I think that makes it worse, because then when you leave every time you're like worried and you're just sort of focusing more on your home life. If you really want to, then obviously you don't have to listen to me, but for me, I don't think going home regularly is going to solve any of your issues. It'll only make it worse. Whereas if you can still plan when you're going to see your family, I think planning helps because you've got something to look forward to, but maybe make it like once a month when you're first going. And now I literally go from like 3-4 months before I see my family, because I'm just sort of like, you're sort of so focused on uni. Like, I really think that a lot less people suffer with homesickness than you think, because you're like thrown into the deep end, you're all independent, got to look after all your house finances and everything, and also go to uni, do your uni work. My mind is on so many different things other than what people are doing at home, which I know is bad because I feel selfish sometimes when I'm just thinking about myself, but it's sort of like my career choice that I want to do. So yeah, I just find that I don't think about it enough because I'm doing so much at uni, so hopefully that helps. Like, I'm not the best with that one because it didn't really affect me. What cheap stationery shops do you recommend? Tiger is so good for like stationery and just stupid shit that you don't need but you want. So yeah, Flying Tiger's good. If you're going to Lincoln, there is a Tiger there. Paper Chase are a bit more expensive, but they have the most amazing planners. They even have like a university planner, which is amazing, and I got one last year. I usually just go to Wilko to get most of my stationery stuff. I find that is the best. That's the best for me for cheap stationery. So yeah, Wilko and Tiger are probably where I get most of my stationery bits from. Tips for moving in day: stay calm, collected. I moved all my stuff in, tried to get my parents to come in and help me, which they were allowed to. They helped me move all my stuff in, so it was actually such a quick process. It probably took us about 30 minutes to like put everything in like a rough place. Obviously left all my suitcases and stuff it wasn't like the perfect room, but if they settle you in, like if you make your bed, put your clothes in your wardrobe, put a few bits and pieces out to make it look a little bit more less like a prison cell, then I think that's fine. And then going straight in and mingle with your friends, because I think that's what some of my shy flatmates failed to do, and that's why they felt so uncomfortable then coming out to us after we'd all started mingling in the kitchen. So yeah, that's what my #1 tip is. Like, quickly get all your stuff in and then go start mingling straight away. That's my #1 tip. And then see what everyone else is doing for like freshers if they're going out. If you're not a drinker, then don't feel pressured to go out. You can sit and sip your water whilst everyone's playing games, just so you're still mingling and talking. Or if you're not a drinks person or don't really want to socialise, stay in your room. Like, it doesn't matter. It's your experience. You're #1, so don't feel pressured to do anything you don't want to. What is the worst part of your course? Okay, so this isn't particularly freshers, but if anyone wants to know a little bit about my course, I do forensic science. It entails chemistry, biology, a bit of physics, lots of maths, lots of reading, lots of different bits and pieces. This year it's going to be more like obviously specific and focused because of what I'm doing. But yeah, I do a lot of everything in my course. It's not just forensic science orientated. It's not just like fingerprints, yay. It's a lot of science. So yeah, the worst part about my course I think might be like the computing stuff, because I really don't like computers for things other than like YouTube and social media. I don't like using them for like mathematical things or like making graphs and charts and stuff. I hate Excel. I just hate it. So I think the worst part about my course is the computer stuff, but there's not a lot in my course, which is why I picked Lincoln, because they didn't have a massive computing module or anything. So yeah, that's what I hate about my course the most. I'm worried about not fitting in because I'm not into Tinder, drink, drugs and stuff like my housemates. So I am not into Tinder. I've had a boyfriend for 6 years now, so I'm not into Tinder, but I find Tinder conversations interesting, so I still like talk and I like laugh and stuff and get involved. I try and give my advice. So yeah, if you don't have to be into stuff to like get on with people, or you can try to. It depends, because it could be someone you're really against. Then drink and drugs. I'm not into drugs. I don't do drugs, so I steer clear of them. I never really associated myself with people who were into that, so I didn't really come across that. But if you do, you can just say, oh, I'm not interested, and I'm sure they'll understand. If not, get them out of your life. And if you feel uncomfortable being around people doing drugs, then that's also okay. Separate yourself, find people who don't do that and hang around with those. And then drinking, one of my friends doesn't really drink, but she still comes out on nights out, comes down for pre-drinks and stuff. It's literally fine. Like, you don't have to worry about not liking the same stuff as other people. We're all adults. Well, I say that, some people are still immature as fuck, but most people are very mature and adult-like, and they don't care if you don't want to do something. They're not going to force you like and peer pressure you like they do in school. Most people anyway. How much money should I save for freshers? Another very requested question. So for me, I think I saved up about £250–300 for freshers because I was over the top. I probably spent about 100, simply because we just had so much shitty food. We bought lots of alcohol. I probably didn't even spend 100. I probably spent about 80, and then obviously like entries into clubs and drinks in clubs. Drinks in clubs are so cheap at Lincoln. Lots of people are asking me how much drinks prices are. They are literally like £1.40 for like a double vodka cranberry in some places, and I'm like, oh my god, because that's like my go-to like night out drink, vodka cranberry, when I'm out. So it's ridiculously cheap, so you don't need hundreds and hundreds. But I didn't go out every night. I didn't go out every night because I'm not like a massive party animal. I didn't want to like ruin my entire body system every night. So yeah, I probably spent about £80. What is the jump from A-level to degree like in comparison to GCSE to A-level? 1,000 times worse. I thought nothing could beat the jump from GCSE to A-level from the subjects I was doing, but uni hit me like a ton of bricks. And yeah, that jump, it is. This hit me like a ton of, because not only are you stepping up to like the most difficult academic stuff, because the uni is like the most academic you're going to get pretty much, completely so complicated and so difficult, and then you're also balancing that with being independent and like finding yourself at uni. Because for me, I didn't know how to do a lot of things before I came to uni, stuff that I'm embarrassed to say, but now like doing all of that, I really appreciate my parents, because they're going to work every day and then coming back and having to do all of their stuff at home. But I do feel for uni students, because we are having to do work on top of that, work when we get home, balancing all of our life problems and just balancing our mental health as well. So yeah, I do find the uni jump very challenging, but I feel like you'll feel very accomplished when you found the perfect way to balance it all. Yeah, my flatmates are all a very close group of second years. Should I move to be with other freshers? Obviously make an effort to be with friends with second years, because they're going to be like they'll know stuff that you don't about your uni. They'll know bits and pieces that you might end up needing to know for something, whether that's to do with your uni course or just like student life. They're probably going to be a very good insightful source, so definitely get in with them. Don't feel like you have to steer clear of them. Give it your best shot. But if they're really like not open to getting to know you, because some people are weird, I literally love mingling with the first years. Like, I did it so much in second year, so hopefully they're just like that and they let you in. But definitely also make an effort to fit in with freshers, like other people on your course, maybe other people who live near you. You'll definitely find a mix of both. So yeah, just make friends with whoever you can, as long as they're lovely people and going to care for you and be nice to you. Some people said uni boys, trash. most of them. Staying fit at uni, I go to Pure Gym at the Uni of Lincoln. It's super cheap with student discounts, so if you want to stay fit, a lot of universities have like links with lots of different gyms around about, so hopefully you'll be able to get a cheap gym. I go to the gym at uni quite a lot, and I'm planning on going a lot more this year and staying fit, because I found it was so good for my mental health, like so good mentally as well as physically. So yeah, staying fit at the gym is possible, because I eat so much shit at uni as well. It's nice to like get those carbs out, burn those calories away and get them out of my system. Is it a huge jump from first to second year? Yes. yes, definitely. I felt like I had to be way more focused in second year because it jumped a whole new level academically again. It was super difficult and I felt like I had to try a lot harder. Getting lost at campus, that will not happen if you're at Lincoln specifically, because the campus is tiny compared to other unis. I'm not really sure about others because I haven't experienced them, but for me, you will not get lost. You will never get lost at Lincoln because the campus is literally a circle and there's signs everywhere. What's the best way to write notes during lectures? There's a video coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed and have the bell notification turned on because YouTube is not showing my video in people's subscription boxes. Thanks, YouTube. Freshers night out outfit tips, that video is also coming very soon, Jen, so stay tuned. I hate clubbing and haven't booked any events. I feel like my flatmates won't like me for that. Not at all. I didn't book any events prior to going for freshers. I only booked them on the night if I felt like it. That's what I did personally. If I felt like I wanted to go out that night, I would, and then I'd pay on the door. If not, then I'd just stay at home, and no one had a problem with it. No one said anything, so you'll be absolutely fine. This lighting is shocking, I'm so sorry. And someone's also asked about long distance relationships, and I will leave that video down below because I did this whole massive video about how long distance can survive at uni. So don't be worried about all these shitty things people say to you, like you'll never work at uni, you'll end up splitting up, your boyfriend will cheat on you at uni, blah 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 blah. It's all bullshit. It does work. It's worked for me, so I'll leave that video down below. There's my boyfriend. Yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching this little freshers video. If you have any other questions that I haven't answered, leave them down below. I'll put all of the useful freshers videos in the description, like my moving in vids and everything. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has helped you guys out and made you feel a lot less stressed and anxious. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll see you very soon.